Alright, what's good, y'all? Good night. Me and my boy just barely copped this Airbnb. Basically, we're just doing a bunch of content. But one thing I wanted to talk about that I really wish I would have talked about with my older self, which I'm gonna come sit down over here so that way this could be, professional video, sit down video, nice little Airbnb. It's insane, bro, because I just turned 17 last month, and when I was like 13, 14, I dreamed to like do stuff like this. Fat bedrooms, a lot of different things like that, and people in my position probably would have filled this thing up, like this whole Airbnb up with girls. I do want to get into a lot of that other stuff, but as of right now, bro, I got things I need to do, and I feel like it's very good to sit down and take my time to really talk to you guys about things that I really wish I would have told my younger self. And I really just want to talk about what holds you through, and I want to talk about two major things that it kind of was for me. And the reason I really want to talk about what holds you through is because when you start making a good amount of money, I would say like a good amount of money for my age, which a lot of you guys watching are actually my age or a tiny bit older, so we're kind of in that range of like $5,000 to $10,000, bro. It's not a lot on the internet for a simple fact that people say it's not a lot, so that way they can say they make more. Then you want to go buy their course, and that's how everything is sold. But when you look at the reality of things, $5,000 to $10,000 a month, you can go to most high schools, you can go to most colleges. You will, like, literally, there's maybe 1% that's gonna be doing that. And you guys know that everybody always says that $0 to 10K is the most fulfilling thing ever, and then after that it's kind of like, okay, bro. And that 0 to 10K is the hardest thing ever, and then after that it's kind of like, okay, bro, you start to get used to things and it's not really shit anymore. And it's very true, very true. When I touched that first 10K, I mean, for me it was kind of my first time holding 20K. That's when it was like, holy shit, bro. Like, I literally touched 20K before I was 20, and it's random. And that happens a lot, obviously, but not that many people, when we look at statistics, can save that shit up like that. So I want everybody to know, bro, even if you're making fucking 5K a month, bro, if you're under the age of like 21, or even if you're 20, bro, you're still out here killing it. You're literally off your ass compared to a lot of people. Don't let anybody on the internet fool you. You start hitting, like, I would say it kind of happens for different people, but you start to kind of plateau. You start to kind of get too comfortable around like 20 to 30K, which is where a lot of people end up hitting that spot. I would say 20, 25, 30K is when a lot of people hit that spot. And even me, I just barely moved into my new house, and I figured when I moved there, it was gonna be, bro, I'm so locked in, doing ice baths every day, hitting the gym. It was the opposite. For the first like month or two, bro, I literally sat on my ass and money was coming in so easily. And then I would say, so let's see, I moved in August, so I would say all through August, and I would say halfway through September, I was just sitting on my ass, money was coming in. And then it kind of got to a point where it was like, bro, at the beginning, it was like that money really pushes you because you don't have shit. You can damn near hop on social media and you see somebody that pays $300 for a dinner, and even way more than that when you don't even have that in your bank. So the money really drives you. Like, you don't touch money, so you really want to touch that money. So it makes you want to hit the next level, the next level. You'll be up all night drinking coffees, no energy, so you gotta like put that energy in yourself. You're locked in, cut all your friends off. Everybody knows what it's like to cut their day ones off. And most of the time, it's the money that's pushing you, whether you're trying to get money to feed yourself, money for your own place, money to flex on the internet, money for a car. It's just the money that pushes you. Once you get a lot of money, that shit's not gonna push you anymore. It's kind of like if you get a lot of girls, you don't really want to mess with girls no more. It's not that serious. You start to not mess with them as much. I don't know why there's a moth messing my lighting up, but yeah, it's kind of the same way. And you start to not really get driven by money, and that's kind of what happened to me very recently. And then you really have to dig deep into what's the full purpose, because at very first, you might just, like I said, want money for something small, want money for this, money for that. But once you can buy a new phone whenever the fuck you want, you can buy any clothes you want, you can do whatever you want. Like, if you want to, you can go get a car right now, whether you're financing it or cash. And it gets to a point where it's like, okay, the money's cool. What the fuck is really driving me? And I feel like the one thing most entrepreneurs can really agree on, which I've seen a lot of people make videos on it, is just the success. Like, knowing you accomplish something every single day and not calling it, this is what it was for me, is not even calling it money. Because if you really look at it in the bigger aspect of things, money is literally just a tool. Like, money can physically not buy you happiness. If you get heart failure or something insane, you physically can't stop it. So money is just a tool. Money is just a tool to impress this person, so maybe they'll come in your video, or pay different workers. Maybe you're spending $1,000 on workers so that way you can make back 2,000, 10,000. Use it as a tool. Maybe wear a nicer outfit so people respect you when you go out, anything like that. And I feel like once you realize money's a tool and you call it resources, for me lately, like anytime I get paid, I'm thinking, okay, I need to get way more resources instead of just thinking I need to get money. It's a very dumbass saying, which you kind of understand that it's not once you get money. But money is the root of all evil. People will do anything. People will scam, kill, talk about insane things, anything for money. And you have to understand, it gets to a point where you need to just really grasp what you're looking for in life. Get people that you're really genuinely close to, because it really does get hard when you're locked into that room and then you look around and literally nobody's around. And that's when you need to really start building connections. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm very introverted. So to get out there and really start to meet people, it was hard at first, but it's something that's very needed, bro. Like, you need someone you can call, count on. Obviously, you're gonna switch up on your day ones for the money, for the simple fact that, you know, a lot of them are gonna be doing stupid shit. But I would definitely say, bro, unless your parents did something insane to you, bro, like, there's nobody I can think of. Most of my friends, most of anybody I've ever met, it's like, bro, there's nobody that's really gonna love you as much as your mom. There's a lot of people that you always gotta think about, what did they do for me when I didn't have money? And at first, you know, it's gonna be like, okay, you're not gonna call them as much, hang out with them as much. But once you do get that money, really get close to people and start trying to really make an impact on people's lives, and it will really give you a bigger purpose and drive. That's why I'm really opening up my mentorship, is for the simple fact that, okay, if I can sit here and change people's lives, not only on the reselling aspect, but on the mindset aspect, really teach people insane things, because I've learned a lot at a very young age. So if I can really put a print on somebody and change their life, we hopped on a few phone calls and they're like, whoa, bro, like, this is insane. And then the resources just come behind that, which is, like I said, I call money resources now, but the money just flows behind that. Who the fuck doesn't want to do that? And I feel like a lot of people run their mentorships very sideways. And my mentorship is closed right now, so I'm not selling you guys a course for mentorship or nothing. I'm just saying, but and really find that deeper meaning. What are you doing? Doing all this for? Because when you do get that car, when you do get that house, we all know how hard we're working. It doesn't feel like it that much because we're watching other people get millions of dollars while we're only sitting here getting thousands of dollars, tens of twenties of thousands of dollars, while everybody else is getting millions. You know, you're always looking up instead of down. But it's like, bro, one day you're gonna have the best car. One day you're gonna have a big ass house. What are you gonna do in that house? Who are you gonna be doing those things with? And so that's something that I really wanted to make a video about, bro, because I know it looks like from the outside, you know, you're just making money. Oh, you're just a reseller. You're just doing this or that. There's really deeper things that you kind of go through when it comes to making money, making a lot of money. And then it's like, you start to realize, bro, like, when you really do make that money, you don't know who's around for, you know, certain reasons. And you always want to know someone's intentions, because when you do make money, it's kind of like, a lot of people, anybody you see me with in the future is clearly someone who's doing something that can help me, or I'm helping them. And it's kind of like, you're always going to be used for something, and if you can't be used for something, then you're useless. So me personally, I might be used for, okay, we're going to go have fun at Airbnb so we can do content. Or, hey, bro, you just got that new camera, I want to use your camera. And then I'm like, okay, I want to use you because you might have just did this or that. So if you can't be used, you're useless. And you have to understand who's around for the right reasons, the wrong reasons. Always know someone's intentions. And I know this is kind of like a blab sesh, bro, but this video I really would have wanted to go back on, bro. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to go through at a very, very young age when you're chasing money, when you're chasing success. If you're poor right now, or not even poor, because poor is a mindset, if you don't have the capital right now, really define what success is. Whether that's, I'm changing everybody's lives and money's coming behind it, or I want to make a lot of money so my whole family can just never work again. And really define what success is. So for me, it's personally, I don't give a fuck how much money I have in the bank. Well, I do, but I don't really give a fuck how much money I made today or any of that. I want to know everything I put on this checklist, I got that shit done while changing other people's lives. That's genuinely success to me. Knowing every single day I'm working my hardest, whether I got beat down that day, whether I lost a whole bunch of money that day, whether someone snaked me that day, anything, bro. Like, making sure that you can really define success and know the truer meaning, bro. Like, don't just make money to just make money. Kind of have a plan, navigation through it. The money is cool and all, but you will get lost in the cool watches, clothes, cars, houses. I would have literally dreamed to be at a place like this. Like, literally, you're just walking around. There's a pool here. I'm probably going to go swimming once it gets lighter and stuff like that. But I used to literally would have just dreamed to be at a place like this. And then you get to a place like this, not as cool as you think it would be. Especially, I mean, the first time it will be, but you'll wake up the next day and you'll kind of feel regular. And it's kind of sad that it's like that, but it gets normal. Like I would have look at the house, bro, and it's crazy to say, bro. Like it's cool and all, but it's like even when I bought my house, or a lot of people I talked to who bought cool cars like C8s, M4s, a lot of different stuff, it's like everybody can agree it wears off. So if you don't find that deeper purpose or that deeper meaning, which it's way better to find it earlier, because what's going to end up happening is, like I said, you're going to make a good amount of money, normally that 20 to 30K, and then you'll kind of stop working as hard. You won't have that same drive and that same dog into you, and it's for that exact reason. So if you can find your purpose, find your definition of success very early on, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to have to go through any of that. So that's why I wanted to make this video. I like to have a lot of heart-to-hearts because, bro, I've been through a lot in the last, like, half a year, so I definitely want to make sure that anybody who's going through anything like that can come back to a video like this. I tried to keep it short. I don't want to have too big of a blab sesh. My boy right there is knocking out the content as well. But yeah, y'all enjoy your night, your day, whatever it is, and let's get to this money.